guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Hamali here, and thank you so much for joining me. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about my engagement shoot and the behind the scenes. So this video is going to be a little bit different from what my normal vlogs look like, just because I had a bit of a mishap with my camera and I didn't even realize it until I uploaded the footage onto my computer. But basically what happened was all the sound is really messed up and it's super muffled and fuzzy, and yeah, unfortunately I couldn't use any of the sound and I was really bummed about it because there's a lot of funny clips in there, but is what it is. So I have to make do with what I have, but it's not all that bad because I have had a few followers ask me how I came up with my engagement shoot and what's the concept behind it and how I kind of put it all together. So instead what I'm going to do in this video is show you guys the behind the scenes and explain and kind of walk through why I did the concepts that I did, how I came up with the ideas, the meaning behind everything, kind of how I put my team together and all that good stuff. So yeah. One thing that you guys need to know about me is that I enjoy doing a lot of fun creative things that are very personal and close to me. I like to have what I create have some type of meaning behind it, especially if it's something that's like very personal. Like I think an engagement shoot is very personal. It's about our journey as a couple and all that good stuff. And these are memories we're gonna have for a long time. So I wanted to make it about us. And also being a content creator, I wanted like just some epic pictures. So that was also something that I kept in mind. Another factor I had to deal with was the fact that the shoot was going to take place in the winter, and we had to bear in mind that there could be like weather changes, and that even if we did shoot outside, it would have been very uncomfortable. Like for me, I would have been freezing. I've shot outside in the winter before in like a dress and stuff, and the pictures turned out absolutely phenomenal, but I was so cold and like you could see the redness in my hands and in my face through the pictures and stuff, and I just feel like you can't concentrate and like pose the way you want to because all that's kind of going through your brain is that you want to be warm. And Vickrah's also not one to always enjoy being in front of the camera. He's not like the most comfortable with being in front of the camera. So I didn't want to put him in a situation too where he's outside and now he needs to also learn how to pose and all that stuff while he's feeling really cold. That's why I decided to do it in a studio instead. I found this studio on a website called This Open Space, and this studio is called Lovt Studios, and it is absolutely stunning. They have a few different locations. So I chose the one, I think it was Loft West, which is their biggest location, and it has like the most type of props and stuff to work with. For me personally, when I was looking for a studio, I wanted to make sure that it had a lot of props and areas that we could work with that would make the creative process a lot more easier. And I really wanted it to add to what our concept was. And this studio just happened to fit all of my needs. It's super affordable. The props and furniture and all that good stuff that they have in there is incredible. Like they have so many things that you can play around with. And so many different like little areas and like setups that you can play around with. And I just thought it would make the whole thing a lot easier for me to deal with because then I didn't need to go out and get my own props and stuff like that. It was all just kind of included in here. You can see the studio space is absolutely stunning, like a lot of open natural light, which is also something that I wanted. I also had a really amazing team that helped me execute this shoot, so I'll just kind of introduce them one by one. Siva, who is Divine Method Photography, he is the one that was shooting for us, and he's also our wedding photographer. He's absolutely incredible, just like has such a creative mind. Like I don't know how this man sees the world, but he definitely sees it through a different lens than everyone else because his photos are absolutely incredible. I also had Payal, Bhakta and her team from the Eastern Bazaar do the set design for me. Payal is absolutely incredible with what she does. She's actually an interior designer, and she's the one that designed the inside of our home, and we ended up becoming really good friends, and I asked her to be a part of this project and she was more than down. I feel like because she understands Vickrah and I really well and we've worked together with her in the past, she really understands our aesthetic and understood my vision completely of what I wanted, and she executed it beautifully. The next person I had on board was Sindhu from EC Boutique, who did two of my dresses, which you guys will see. She did this red dress and she did a white dress, and her stuff is very unique and just so stunning. I felt like a princess in one of the dresses and I felt like a model in another one of the dresses. It just, again, she just understood my vision really well of what I wanted to execute, and she just found the perfect outfits for me. We also had Mayo, who designed Vickrah's suit that you guys will see, and it was this like tuxedo, and it was just so on point, like just so classy and clean, and also very, very affordable, which we loved. And then finally I had Jyoti from Flair, who did my hair. Again, Jyoti is absolutely amazing with what she does. She is like my go-to person for hair. When I first started my freelance makeup business, I only did makeup, and I definitely needed someone to help me with hair, and she was always a person I took with me to my bookings. And yeah, she's going to be doing my wedding hair. She's done my engagement hair before, and yeah, she is absolutely incredible. She can do like any style, and she always kills it. Now, before I get into actually what the concepts were, my first thought process when approaching this engagement shoot was I wanted to do something that was different from what everyone else is doing, and I wanted it to really represent us. Now, for me here, living in Toronto and seeing what kind of people do for their engagement shoots, here specifically, especially like in the Indian Tamil kind of community, I found that the pictures all looked very, very similar. And not saying that they're bad, they're all freaking stunning, but it didn't feel like it represented who I was. I personally felt like the whole thing is like very played out, of like just having this really extravagant dress that's like in the middle of a very extravagant like location. And again, the pictures turn out absolutely stunning and the couples look great, but I just feel like it ends up being more about the outfit and the location than it does being about the actual couple. And again, I feel like engagement shoot should represent who you are as a couple, because that's why you're doing this whole thing. Like, you're doing this because you guys are getting married soon, and this is about you and your future together. But yeah, so I did a lot of like work into trying to figure out something that represented us and our love for each other and our personalities and our relationship in general. I also really wanted to show people that you can do an amazing shoot without breaking the bank, because I see a lot of people that go to all these like extravagant places, like they'll go to Iceland or Paris or Switzerland or Banff or whatever, and they have these like beautiful locations, but like I personally could not afford something like that. That is way, way out of my budget. And for those who can, like, by all means, it's a great idea. You get some stunning pictures, but for me, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't justify it, especially because we're paying for majority of the wedding ourselves, and like, yeah, I couldn't justify it. And I know there's a lot of couples that are in a similar position as us. So I wanted to be able to show everyone that you can get this like epic shoot without breaking the bank. The studio we rented was really affordable. Like, you've already had a package worked out with your photographer. The studio we like booked had so much to work with. And yes, we had a set stylist, but it's not completely necessary. Like, she obviously did help and make everything look cooler and whatever, and she was better at that, but the studio has so much to work with that you can do it yourself if you are looking to save some money. The concepts we did were really like doable for everyone. It's not unachievable. It's very easy to execute. So yeah, we wanted to show you guys that it's all possible when you're working on a smaller budget as well. So I broke the shoot down into 3 different concepts. The first concept was very casual and fun and cute. This is the one where we're in our jean outfits. So like mine was a jean dress and Vickrah's was a jean jacket, and we're just like on the ground listening to music and like looking at records. And this one was really personal to us because one thing Vickrah and I did a lot at the beginning of our relationship was listen to music. We have albums that we love listening to together. We always show each other music. And because our parents didn't know we were dating for about like 3 years of our relationship, we spent a lot of time hanging out in each other's cars. So one of the things that we love to do is just listen to music together and talk. So we brought some records that we actually own because I bought Vickrah records as like a memory keepsake type of thing because these were albums that had like impacts on our lives. So Freudian was one of them from Daniel Caesar. That was like our album. We listened to that so much. It got us through so many hard times. There's like a 50 Cent album in there because Vickrah loves 50 Cent. It's like something he grew up with. So yeah, it just had a meaning to us in that sense. And then there was like other few casual concepts that we did where I'm in like a white dress shirt and a white t-shirt. Those actually weren't planned for. We just had this beautiful set and we thought we would work with it. I wish I brought some extra clothes to fit that whole style a little bit better, that whole boho chic style a little bit better, but I didn't even think it through just because obviously like I didn't even know we were gonna shoot something like that. So I ended up wearing Vickrah's white t-shirt and Vickrah just ended up wearing like whatever he came into the shoot with, which was never, like we never planned to shoot in any of these outfits. And then for one of them, I actually wore Vickrah's white dress shirt too. So we made do with what we have and those pictures actually turned out really cute as well. The next concept I came up with was the one where I'm in this beautiful red dress from EC Boutique and we're shooting with mirrors. This is one of my favorite concepts because I feel like it has a deeper meaning to it. So I was going through Pinterest to try to get like some inspo ideas. I honestly really didn't know what I wanted to do with this shoot. I just knew that I wanted at least one concept that had a deeper meaning to it, that really represented how I felt about Vickrah. And I wanted it to be really cool and edgy. So I was going through Pinterest and I typed in, I think something along the lines of like editorial photo shoots or high fashion photo shoots or something like that. And then I came across this picture of this girl and she was like holding a broken piece of mirror and you could see kind of the side of her face and then through the mirror, through that broken piece, like you could see like her eyes. And I just thought it was really cool because it gave you like two different perspectives of the same person and it kind of changed your view on things. And so the more I thought about it, that's kind of how I felt about Vickrah, that he changed my perspective on things. He gave me a different view on life and also really helped me see my true reflection and helped me change the things that I needed to change about myself and improve myself and better myself, and also helped me love what I saw in the mirror. Like I felt like, especially at the beginning of our relationship, that I was a very like broken person. I felt very shattered inside. I had really like low self-confidence. There was a lot of people around me that would constantly bring me down, and I never really had a lot of self-confidence, and being with Vickrah, he really helped me bring that all back and really to talk, I guess, a little bit more about the whole perspective thing. When I first met Vickrah, I felt like I would look at things only from my perspective. Like there was obviously times where I didn't, but a lot of the times I would only take how I see the world into consideration. And Vickrah taught me that people have different views for different reasons. There's a lot of things that happen in people's past that shape their future and shape the way they act. And so he helped me understand that I needed to understand that other people have different perspective on things for different reasons, and it's not always against me or you know, trying to like bring me down or anything like that. It's just that they've had different experiences that I need to be more, I guess, like sympathetic, empathetic, and sensitive towards. And that really changed my life as well and changed the way I interact with people. So yeah, all those things were kind of why we chose the mirrors. And then our final concept was doing something that was very like boss and like Vogue and bougie and editorial. I just wanted something that made us look cool, I guess. And that one didn't really have much of like a deeper personal meaning. It was more so for fun, and also kind of goes on theme with what our reception is going to be like and how we're going to incorporate these pictures into our reception, which I won't go into too much detail about like what the reception concept is. I want you guys to see that when I post the videos on my reception and all that good stuff then. So yeah, this concept was the one where I was wearing the beautiful white dress and Vickrah was wearing the tux, and it also kind of trickled into the red dress I was wearing as well with that concept. because there was a part where we shot in front of this like beautiful fireplace mantle looking thing, and it just looked really bougie and fun, but that was again an afterthought. It was just kind of something we did because of the scenario we were in and what we had access to. We just thought it would look good. But yeah, that main concept was executed through the white and tux outfit. Like I mentioned before, I wanted something that was a little bit more edgy and editorial, and while I was going through Pinterest and some Instagram influencers that I genuinely like love their content, I saw stuff that was like very candid and fun, but also like editorial. There was this one picture specifically on this influencer's page who I absolutely love. Her name is Cezanne, and her husband had like this like old camera, like he had like a tux on, this old camera, and like he was like smoking a cigar, and it just looked like a very candid moment. And I was like, oh my god, I could totally see Vickrah doing something like that and loving doing something like that too, because again, like I mentioned, Vickrah is not a huge person on like wanting to take pictures and be in front of the camera, so I wanted to do stuff that he would be excited about. And I think this concept made him look really boss and like manly and like just like, I don't know, just gangster. Like it just looked really cool. So we got him like a cigar and a whiskey glass. I had this like really funky dress. Actually, that dress was a big reason too why we went with part of this concept. I actually had tried that dress on when I went to go try on dresses with Sindhu, and I fell in love with what that dress looked like, and I was like, we need to do this like boss, like Vogue type of concept with it. So yeah, it all kind of came together like that. I love this concept so much because the pictures just turned out so sick, and I feel like it's like something that you would see straight out of a magazine, and it was so simple to execute as well. There was like one where we're just in front of like a plain white background, and Vickrah's sitting on a stool and I'm just like next to him, and it's like that doesn't cost a lot of money to like put together. So yeah, that was just a really cool, fun concept. Anyways guys, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed going through this journey with us and understanding why we did our engagement shoot the way we did. And I really hope this helps anyone out there that feels like they don't really have the budget to do like some crazy pictures in a nice location or whatever. And it helps you kind of think a little bit more outside the box and helps you curate a shoot that really represents you as a couple and represents your relationship and your love for each other, because I think that's what this shoot is all about. If you guys have any more questions about this shoot that you feel like I did not cover, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer. If you did like this video, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. I have so much more content coming up for you guys related to my wedding, which I'm so excited to share. Oh my god, the wedding is coming up so soon, so you don't want to miss out on any of that, so make sure you subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys constantly show me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!